Getting out here with Lion Real Estate, empowering individuals and families with financial success through real estate. Today, I want to talk about 5 mistakes to avoid selling your home for less than it is worth. Let's dive in. The first mistake I see is that sellers do not understand the market. Okay, so what I mean by understanding the market, right now, the market is super hot. It's no secret. It is a seller's market, and any desirable listings that sellers are putting on the market are getting multiple offers. Buyers are tripping over themselves to get into your property. And so that's no secret. But understanding the market means as hot as the market is, it is not boundaryless. It's not like if you have a $500,000 house and you can list it for $1 million and people are still going to buy it. You will need a strategy based on understanding a couple of things. What has past properties been sold at in your neighborhood, so your neighborhood comps? What are other like kind properties in your city selling for, so your competition? And then things like your price per square foot and days on the market. Things like that will help you calibrate how to strategize maximizing your selling price. And on top of which, you also have to be honest with yourself and understanding your property type, because whether you live in a city, a suburb, or is it a country property, things like that matter. You have to look at your property objectively. You may have upgrades. You might have spent thousands of dollars to put a radio tower in your yard and you love it. It has a lot of value to you, but maybe less value to the potential pool of buyers who are coming. So all the upgrades and all the renovations that you've done to your property, you have to be honest and objective when it comes to pricing it right. Okay, common mistake number 2 is not decluttering. So the goal for when you launch the property on the market is to show like a model home, as if you are walking through a development, new development. And so not clearing the clutter is a huge red flag for buyers, because when they come in and they see that, okay, there's a lot of clutter here, there's cobwebs there's a lot of things that's just dirty. Now they're going to think, what other deferred maintenance is happening on the property? So you do not want your potential buyers to think that. You want them to come in and immediately fall in love. And decluttering is one of the simplest, easiest, cheapest things that you as the seller can do to maximize your value. Because at the end of the day, you have to understand that selling a home is not like selling stocks or bonds, because buyers are not buying a home just to get their net worth higher on paper. They are looking at the home and seeing themselves in it, in their families all gathering here to grow us a one happy, warm family, to call it a home. And so at the end of the day, understand that you are selling a feeling, not a product. And that makes a huge difference when your clutter is gone and buyers can come in to see themselves in it. Mistake number 3 is not knowing your biggest repairs. Sometimes sellers sweep their maintenance issue under the rug. They know that their electrical panel needs to be upgraded, but they don't deal with it. And now when it comes to sell, what happens is you're launching the property, buyers falling in love, you're getting multiple offers, very high offer price, and you are in contract. Well, the honeymoon phase passes because the inspection period is here and the buyers are now doing inspections on your home. Now they find out there's a big issue on your electrical panel, and one of two things is going to happen. The buyers could back out, and also potentially reducing the price to renegotiate. So you as the seller just got blindsided by a maintenance issue that you could have done to avoid. Now, I'm not saying as a seller you need to fix every little thing, but what I am saying is it will help you to be in the power position if you do a bunch of inspections up front. So what types of inspections? If you are selling your property, I would say at least do home inspection, pest inspection. Home inspection is like your appliances, the foundation, the roof, looking at the windows, whether they have any failure or not. And so that it looks at the home condition in general. And the pest inspection is going to look at dry rots, fungus, termites to see the structural integrity of the building. And so things like that will cover your bases. Of course, if you have a pool or a spa, then do that inspection too. If you have a chimney, potentially do a chimney inspection too. But in any case, you want to know the big ticket items so that when you sell the property, now you can disclose it up front and tell buyers, hey, when you are writing the offer, please write the offer subject to understanding that the roof is caved in and it's going to cost you $8,000 to deal with that issue. But I want to tell you up front so that when you write the offer, then you can now deal with the roof after the escrow closes. So you want to be in a power position as the seller, and you do not want to be blindsided by your own deferred maintenance. Do not sweep the issue under the rug. And so mistake number 4 is that I see sellers skimping on marketing. Now, I'm going to use the term marketing a little bit loosely. I am calling marketing in this specific context everything from staging, like what we talked about earlier, to cleaning up the property so that people fall in love. Do not be cheap when it comes to staging. Staging is one of the best bang for your bucks when it comes to selling a home, because no other methods of communication can tell and showcase buyers to see themselves living in a property as well as staging does. Staging is magical when it comes to this. Not only that, I'm also, like I said, counting things like painting the wall over the scratch marks, wiping down all the baseboards, landscaping to make sure there's no more weeds. I'm going to count all of those under the category of marketing when it comes to this particular context, because things like that will make a buyer leap out of a chair and come to your particular open house. Now, beyond that, it goes without saying the basics, photography, videography, virtual tours. And so things like that, well, especially after we just experienced the pandemic, is more and more evidence that buyers are wanting to experience your property without even leaving the computer screen. They want to see the layout. They want to know what it looks like before they even show up to your open house. And so it really helps to have virtual tours and excellent photography. But once again, that's the basics. So it kind of goes without saying. This is the part where trusted real estate agents have the resources to bring in to help you mitigate any headaches. Because we kind of are the one-stop shop when it comes to helping you maximize your home equity. We have stagers, we have handy people, we have landscapers, so that we can come and help you make the home presentable and make buyers fall in love with it. And so an experienced local real estate agent will bring a lot of value when it comes to making everything as smooth and seamless as possible. Okay, mistake number 5, selling at the wrong time. Okay, I don't see this happening a lot, but when it happens, it costs the sellers big time. What I mean by selling at the wrong time is, I understand that everybody has a life, you have a job, you have kids, you have family, and then, to add selling a home on top of just life is a lot of stress. But what people make the mistake of is that they launch the property before they are ready. Sometimes people will say, hey, I go on vacation, I need to go out of town for 2 weeks. But they launch the property now. And then they come back 2 weeks later and they're trying to look at offers. But guess what? When your property is first launched, there are a lot of people, buyers, and falling in love with it. But you did not strike while the iron is hot. And that's where the mistake comes in, because you were gone, and during the 2-week window, some other property came on the market who's ready to review offers, and then the buyers switched their focus. And now, 2 weeks later, you come back into town, and then your property is now sitting on the market for 2 weeks, and buyers are now wondering, okay, what's wrong with that property? Why is it on the market for 2.5 weeks? So you want to avoid that scenario, and not just go on a vacation. Sometimes I've seen sellers make the mistake of, say, just let a couple people walk through before I'm really ready. I'm still cleaning up, but let's just put it on the market. You do not want that to happen, because you don't know which buyer that walks through is going to give you the highest amount. You do not want people to come while the work is still in progress. So make sure you're buttoned up. Make sure you're ready to receive offers by the time that you launch the property on the market. And so I know that I have a pool of buyers who are actively looking at homes. And because right now is such a seller's market and inventory is so low, I'm sure that your property is going to check a lot of boxes for my buyers. Go ahead and give me a call so that I can help you navigate through the selling process, and I can bring all my resources to help you maximize your home value when it comes to liquidating it. This is Danny Lau. See you next time.